Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I kind of want to give my impressions on the, the whole scenario of Flight 2. So both, 4v4 Social Arena and, Big Team Battle later on. So let's get into it. So let's start off with Social Arena. So 4v4, I do think that now that I've played more of it, kind of get an idea, I kind of want to go over some things about it. Like, for example, the Plasma Pistol, for example. Why was it changed to where it doesn't EMP vehicles anymore? But I kind of get why, but it shouldn't be a thing. I guess if that makes any sense. So I do think that should be added back. You know, like give it the remember the Halo 5, that variant from Halo 5, like where it had like a black hole or whatever and EMP. Do that. So then you could have both the shock weapons and the EMP for the plasma pistol, like make it more viable, especially in big team battle. I'll go over that later. Now back to 4v4. I do think like the range on the assault rifle for like 4v4, I think it's pretty ridiculous considering that, especially on small maps, such as Bazaar, for example, which is the map shown right now. I think the range is really ridiculous because like it should not be able to freaking outpace like a battle rifle, for example, because the AR is meant to be a close to mid-range weapon, while the BR is supposed to be mid to long range. So don't change like the how powerful the assault rifle is. Just change the range, like make it smaller. You know, make the BR more viable because that's the whole point of the assault rifle. For example, another one would be this is for both. This is for both Arena and Big Team Battle. Get rid of Bloom. Like, it has never worked with Reach, so I don't even know why it's back in this game, because that could really screw up the aiming. Like when you're shooting all that, it makes it tougher to actually nail your shots. Because I think the worst offender of Bloom is with the Commando. Like, it can make it very inaccurate, and for a weapon that's supposed to be a precision weapon, like, it should not be, ruined so bad as it is with Bloom. But hey, that's just me. So, another example would be the what was I gonna say now? Damn. Oh, the sniper rifle. That's another one. Uh, like the aiming seems off, especially on controller. So because I'm not the only one who's saying this, so I definitely think that aiming needs to be fine-tuned with more, and I believe through theories already said this is something they're aware of, so hopefully that can be adjusted in time for launch, hopefully. So, because that can really screw up, especially for PC players who prefer a controller over a mouse and keyboard, so especially in an arena PvP game like Halo, so that definitely needs to be adjusted. Oh, and for the love of God, please change something about the boundaries when it comes to like like when you're launching with the grapple hook. Like, there is definitely a ceiling, like that's like a hard boundary. Make it a soft kill instead of such a hard kill, like where it limits how high you could go with the grapple shot, because that, I personally think that limits the amount of potential that the grapple shot has when it comes to just swinging around the environment. And it also limits map exploration as well. I get it though, because there has to be a limit, but don't make it such a hard boundary. Like kind of limit it. Kind of limit the whole thing, if that makes sense. So now let's move on to the new map that was added last Sunday, not yesterday, but the next Sunday before. Let's talk about Behemoth now. I gotta say, it is very nice to see that that vehicles are back in Arena 4v4. I definitely feel that was something that was desperately needed in Arena PvP, because that was definitely missing from Halo 5. I guess technically Halo 4 as well. So it was definitely nice that that's back in the game and making its grand return. And I gotta say, Behemoth is an incredible map. Like, I think it's definitely the most Halo map, definitely that 343's ever done. I'm gonna go as far as to say it's quite possibly the best Halo map, in a very long time throughout the series. So I definitely think it stands up to the best. PvP maps. In terms of 4v4. So hey, make more maps with that quality, with that type of quality, Server 3, please. So now back to, so I this is kind of the point like where people are discovering that the plasma pistol doesn't work. The EMP does EMP vehicles. Like I said before, make it like the variant. If if for it to be brought back, it would be something like that. Kind of differentiate itself from the shock weapons. And speaking of which, the shock rifle, it's a unique idea. It's a unique idea, but I guess maybe somehow adjust it to how like where it makes it stand out a little more from the sniper rifle. So, because it's not a sniper rifle, it's a precision weapon. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's supposed to be kind of like a precision. It's some kind of precision weapon, like kind of make it stand out more. If that makes sense, I don't know how, but maybe change some stuff about it. So make it stand out more from the sniper rifle. And like I said, let's go to the sniper rifle now. So here's the thing with the sniper rifle, like the aiming feels off, especially with hip fire. Like it makes it like inaccurate, especially like when zooming in, and that can really screw up. It really messes with people's aim and skill. So the aiming definitely needs to be adjusted a bit so that it's more viable, especially in such big team battle maps, which we'll get to pretty soon. So, and I'm not the only one who's saying this because like I've seen clips of where people are missing their shots somehow with the sniper rifle when they should never have missed that shot. So the aiming on the sniper rifle, especially in hipfire, needs to be adjusted so it's more accurate and more viable. Because it definitely needs to be adjusted. So overall for social arena 4v4, I really dig it. It was definitely a lot of fun for the first weekend. I pretty much played all weekend pretty much with one of my friends, and we were just having a blast with it. So absolutely. So bravo all three game types that you let us play test and play around with. Bravo 3v3, a lot of fun. So now let's move on to Big Team Battle now. Okay, now that we're on to Big Team Battle now, 12v12, it definitely was a major step up. It definitely was a big step up from 8 versus 8. Like I think it was like the evolution that Halo Big Team Battle needed to really stand out more. There are some changes I would like to be done to a Big Team Battle in order to make it stand out even more. So the first one is the heavy vehicles. Why is it so? Why is it always consistently for most of the time like Ghost or Warhog? The Skira, for example, I think it you can wreck. You could adjust the aiming for that because it is like isn't it kind of essentially like what the sniper rifle is supposed to be? So it's like I'm not sure how you adjust that. So I don't know. So I guess kind of make it like less and I know it's meant to be like a anti-vehicle role, which I think it definitely does its job in that. But isn't it kind of weird that I think the effectiveness of the vehicles need to be adjusted, like give them more of a buff so they aren't immediately destroyed by especially the like the Ghost and Warhawk, for example. Like, make them a little stronger so that they actually have a chance to survive against somebody with the skewer. But anyway, I know the skewer is supposed to be kind of like in that role of the laser, but I guess kind of make it a little weaker, but not much, just so that the light vehicles could have a chance more. And speaking of which, with the bounciness, like I feel like the Mongoose is fine when it comes to how high it can bounce. But the Warhawk, I feel it's a little. I think it's a little too light. So I would definitely like if you could adjust that a bit. Like, don't get me wrong, still make it bouncy like it's always supposed to. I guess make it a little more grounded. I guess, in how it when you jump off the ground. Like, don't make it so light, like where it's so high. I guess lower it a little bit, but obviously still keep that bouncy feel. find that fine balance. So, as for like total control, I like the idea. Like it makes things more chaotic and interesting. So, regarding how the weapons and vehicles spawn, the weapons I like. I like how they just drop in from a drop pod, kind of like in campaigns. So I think that was a really really neat idea. Now the vehicles, how they spawn in, that's where my issue is a little bit. So I don't have as much positive feedback because of because it's so rare that you would get something like the tank or the wasp or something like that or the banshee. I think I only got the scorpion like once out of the whole freaking weekend. So like that's kind of messed up. So what I would do is increase the frequency of what vehicles spawn, especially the heavier ones. Like the scorpion, the banshee, the wasp. Like I said before, I think I only got to use the wasp like once. Same thing with the scorpion. Same with the banshee. Like it should have been more often than that, just because of how frequent they spawn. And in classic big team battle, I mean, there was always such a mad rush because you knew where they are, and several times they would spawn in throughout the map. So, here's what I would do. Make the lighter vehicles like the Ghost and the Warthog the usual spawn, like in older games, and I would have the Pelican drop in only the heavier vehicles, so that both options, both the classic and the new way of vehicles spawning, are both viable. Find that fine balance. And as for the as I guess for the final one, why isn't Joe Steitzer voicing like the metal, voicing the objectives and all that for Big Team Battle? I definitely think that is sorely missed. Like it's definitely missing. It's because that him announcing the medals and all that was such a huge thing. I mean, in every Halo game, even Halo 4 and 5 even. So I definitely think there should be an option, like where you can replace Spartan Agria, I think that's how you say her name. Correct me if I'm wrong. With, Steitzer himself. Give people the option who prefer the classic way, So, I don't personally mind her, but it would be nice to kind of give people the option just to have Steitzer do it, like in the old school way. So if I were to, do that, so, but hey, that's kind of me and how I would do it, but that's just me. So anyway, I guess to round it out, it was a very fun weekend. With some tweaks, this could easily be one of the best Halo multiplayer games in a very long time, and you have definitely a great foundation just with some feedback. Oh, one thing I should mention: the distance of the radar, it is too damn low. It is way too low. I'm sorry. Like I've seen many other complaints saying this, so what I would suggest is obviously keep things the same with how the radar works, but increase the radius to something like 25 meters or 25 meters. I think that should be where it's at. 18 meters is just too damn small. It's just too darn small, in my opinion, because you really won't see like the enemy coming until it's like so close to you. I definitely think that should be changed. But and also like the weapons on the rack, I like that. I think that was a nice touch. I think I said this before, but it was really great. So all in all, you have a great foundation for 3. Just keep it up. So, and I hope you guys do one more flight so you could get the final feedback that you really need to make Halo Infinite the best it could be. But when it comes to that launch on December 8th, so let me know if you guys can think of anything to add. Let me know in the comment section below. So, and how do you guys personally feel about Halo Infinite where it's at right now in terms of multiplayer? Do you think there's more things that should be changed, or are you content with what things are at right now? So, anyway, this is Halo Gaming. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.